G'day. Some days you have planned trips for landscape photography and some trips are unplanned. I wasn't actually planning on doing any landscape photography today, but I've just had a look outside and we've got some really interesting clouds, kind of patterned clouds across the sky. And when the sun sets, if it's at the right angle, we might get some really interesting colour in the clouds. So for that reason, and that reason only, I'm going to take a trip down to the coast and see whether we can pick up a nice seascape with some coloured sky. So already I can tell you what the moral of this video is going to be. You should always plan your landscape photography trips. I've come down to the beach. I've actually come down to Burns Beach again, but I'd say it'd be around about 15 degrees at the moment, and as you may be able to pick up, I've forgotten to bring a jumper, so I'm pretty cold. Anyway, that's not going to stop me. What I am going to do is I'm going to have a bit of a walk along the beach here, try and find a nice set of interesting rocks that'll make for a good image. Now, let's have a look at the cloud. That cloud that I showed you before, that patterned cloud, perfect for landscape photography. But unfortunately, we've got other types of cloud. And I say unfortunately because I think it's going to block out the majority of the sun. So behind me we've got some cloud that are looking dark already. Right out on the horizon you may be able to pick up that I've got some cloud that goes all the way to the horizon and is probably going to block out the sun as it sets. That's okay. Let's go and have a look and see what we can find. As you can see behind me, the sun is about to set. We're only a couple of minutes away and it is just poking through the bottom of the cloud. So things are looking pretty good. We might get some colour yet. In fact, all of the horizon is flooded at the moment in this beautiful orange, but the sun is just a tad too strong to capture it in the image. So I'm just waiting for it to go down just a little bit. In the meantime, let's come over to my camera and have a look at what I've got. I'm set up quite a way back from the rock that I'm shooting, and I'll talk about that rock just in a second. I've got on the 24-70, I've got the polarizer just to cut through the glare of the wet sand in front of me and any of the light that's bouncing off the water in front of me as well. And at the moment I've gone with a 0.6 hard grad to just decrease some of the light in the sky. Allows me to bring up the exposure in the foreground to get as much detail as I possibly can in the rocks and the shadows in the foreground there. Let me talk through the composition. So what I'm going for in my foreground interest this time, just as the sun starts to set and we get a beautiful bit of colour in the sky, is I'm waiting for the right the right wave to wash over that rock shelf in the midground, and in the foreground I'm hoping to get some sweeping waves, some of the patterns of the foam as it rushes past, probably from the left-hand side of the image to the right-hand side of the image. Now that I've set up, I've got my composition, I've got my settings, which at the moment are f9 and 1/5 of a second. I'm just waiting for the right wave to come and time my shot. Here we go. That's the sort of thing I'm going for. Here we go, another one. Excellent. Beautiful. I'm picking up some really interesting patterns in the foreground, and that's going to create some depth to my image. Just starting to lose the light now, so I'm having to change my settings just a little bit. I'm still on f9. I had actually changed it to 1/4 of a second, so now I'm at 1/3 of a second, but I'm still waiting for the right wave. Here comes another wave. Beautiful. Yes. That's really good. Getting some sensational light. So to give you a bit of an idea of how many shots I'll take while I'm down here, at the moment I've taken about 11. I could see myself taking probably maybe another 10, so maybe 20 shots all up, and I'll pick the best 2. I'm making sure that I don't move my camera from its position. At the moment, I've got one leg on one of the rocks, and to make sure that the tripod doesn't move, I've really pushed it hard into the sand. I find that just the best way of making sure that the tripod doesn't move. I'm now just going to bump it up. I'm now at 1/2 a second. Getting some beautiful, beautiful dark oranges now, which is really nice. One more wave and then I'm going to go over there and have a look. Try and catch a slightly different image. I've just moved up the beach around about 20 to 25 metres. I've got another little crop of rocks just in front of me that's every now and then being blasted by the waves. I've got my camera set up here, I've got my cloth in my hand, I'm getting quite a bit of spray now, as you can probably tell. It's still quite windy, and when I'm not shooting I'm putting the cloth over the lens. So I've got the remote shutter in one hand, I've got the video and the cloth in my other hand, and I'm just waiting for the right wave to come through. So what I'm trying to do here is get a slightly different type of image. I'm on a 4-second exposure, still at f9, and I'm trying to get this little cluster of rocks that looks like they've just been collected in the middle of the sea, and get a little bit of a misty feel from the water around the rocks. Not 100% sure whether I'm going to be able to do it. I've still got a little bit of light left in the sky, which is nice. Some of the clouds in the sky are quite dark, and I think this kind of misty type of feel with the rocks is going to make it, you know, a moody, gloomy type of image, which, given the light that I've got at the moment, I'm going with that. Why not? Light is really starting to fade now. I'm going to have to up my exposure, decrease the speed of my shutter. I'm now at 6 seconds. Here comes another decent wave. Let's see what we get here. Not really. One thing I could do is, instead of continuing to slow down the shutter and extend the exposure, I could change my ISO from 100 to 200 or 400. Still get a very good quality image from that. because I really don't want to go much above 5 seconds. Oh, nice. That is really good. That's the sort of thing I'm aiming at. There it is there. That was F9, and I think I was back up to 5 seconds. I've grabbed my images. I've probably taken around about 20 to 25 shots, and I'll have to wait until I see them in Lightroom before I can work out whether I've got anything decent. But I'm pretty cold at the moment, so I'm going to pack up and get out of here. If you like this sort of content and you want to see more of it and you want to be notified when I upload my next one, then make sure you subscribe below. Like it, share it. Love to hear your thoughts in the comments below as well. But until next time, thanks very much for watching.